On the occasion of the 15th annual international motorcycle race Holíč circuit, we have the honor of the interview, we can say the traditional guest, the Italian motorcycle legend Dario Marchetti. For all the fans of motorsports, we don't need to introduce Dario too much. For the younger ones, Dario Marchetti is a former professional motorcycle racer who has had a remarkable career. He is a four-time Italian Superbike champion, Italian endurance champion, has won and stood on the podium in many races across Europe and the USA, for example in Daytona and Homestead, competed in the Grand Prix, World Superbike and World Endurance Series. In the 80s and 90s was popular with fans in Czechoslovakia and neighboring countries and stood on the podiums in many races. Dario has been working at the Ducati Riding Academy, DRE, for over 20 years, where he holds the position of technical director and also represents the Ducati brand worldwide as its global ambassador. Dario, how did you get into motorcycles?
So I always like motorsport. Since when I was a child, I want to be car rider. I dreamed to be Formula 1 racer. But after when I was 14, I started with riding with motorcycle, and I discovered that I was fast, that everything come easy. So in a couple of years, the passion for motorcycle crossed the passion for car, and I started racing immediately. And I was quite lucky that I became professional very quick, and so I forget about the car, but still love the car. And since 94 till 2006, I make more or less 20-25 car race, especially in winter time, because I was thinking maybe when I will be older, I stop with the bike and I will go with the car. I win also some race. I win the Monza Rally, that is winning also from Valentino Rossi many edition. I win Motorshow in Bologna. I make some podium in touring, in GT car, but also in endurance, we make some podium in endurance, but was just a passion. Also because in car I have to pay always, me or some sponsor for me. In motorcycle I'm paid, so it was big difference. Also because in car I have to pay a lot for ride. In motorcycle I'm pay little, so it's not good deal to spend all the money, but still a good passion the car. But of course the passion and the adrenaline of the bike is bigger.
Do you remember your racing beginnings?
My first race? Yeah. My first race was in Imola. But the deal with my father, first you finish the school, then you can ride. But I was very good on qualifying, and the evening I asked to my father the permission, so he tell no. First finish the school, if everything is good, you can ride. So was just the practice, and the first race was in Monza 1 month after when I finished. This was 79. Was with Aspes Trophy, was a cup where we were more than 200 riders. Was Fausto Gresini, Loris Reggiani, many riders that after became famous. I was number 113 because was more than 200 riders. Sometimes we make even 4 battery before the final. And was good because was a bike single cylinder, was a really race bike, not very powerful, economy, and this cup was in this year helps to discover a lot of talent.
What was the CC?
125, Aspes Yuma.
How did your career continue?
Well, my career, I'm happy about my career because I never win in World Championship, but I was able to have many different experience. So I start with 125, then I pass in 500, a national race, then back in 250, and for many years I ride in 250, some national and European race, then again 500 for many years, then Superbike, World Endurance, and I race everywhere. I race a lot in your country. In this time when we come for Brno race, was a lot of race, was Piestany, Banska Bystrica, Holíč, Tristo Zatacek, and I do all this race because was a lot of passion here, and I fight with many of your riders also.
How do you remember the times of racing in Czechoslovakia and Eastern Bloc, and how did you actually get the idea to go racing in this area?
It was a very beautiful moment, first of all because I was young and was all new things for me. And in this time, many times I have the money only for go to race. So it was mandatory to make a good race, because if not, I don't have the money for come back in Italy. And it happens in Assen, in Hockenheim, that some rider helps and give me money for go back. One was Kevin Mitchell for UK, Nürburgring. Another one was a French and the Switzerland guys that helped me for give money. And in the next race, I give back the money. So in this race, I spoke with the Italian guy, Attilio Riondato, that came in Piestan and they finished second. And he told, you have to come because they pay you start money. And this, there are a lot of professional riders, but you can make good results because most of the riders are with old bike or amateur. So it's a big number of riders, but big difference from the first and the last. And they pay money, so you can feel professional, because why try to do European Championship, World Championship if you have no the good bike and the possibility. And in '82, I do, I think, Karvina, Zlatikanec, and Banska Bystrica, and was a good experience. After '83, I come also in Piestany, and after also Holíč start to be one of my favorite race. And I spend in this time from August till September here. We do the European round in Brno, because from 86, from 83 till 86, Brno in the old street race was just European. In '87, they create the new track, and I race in the first race of World Championship, and I race '88, '89, '90, and I race many times there, because Brno is also one of my favorite racetrack. It's very beautiful, and is always beautiful when I can come back there.
And how about Old Track?
Old Track, well, this Old Track was very beautiful. Of course, I like street race. I do also Macau. I win also 500 class in Macau. I win in Holíč the 500. I win some race in street. I do some also in Holland, Chimay, Ralt. Chimay is in Belgium, Ralt in Holland. I do some. In this time was good because they pay good start money. And I was totally private with a really stock bike. And in the street race, rider is more important than in a permanent track, because you don't need special tire, you don't need special team, you don't need special bike. Sometimes your talent can compensate. Of course, some of these races are a little bit danger, but and you have to be clever. You have to respect the track. You cannot crash a lot of time. But in this time, 250 was around 50, 55 horsepower. 500 was around 130. So was not impressive like now when you have a 220, 240 horsepower bike. And I do for many years because I was more competitive in street race than in permanent track. And I like a lot the atmosphere because the public is part of the show. In a permanent track, the public is very far, so you don't feel the enthusiasm. I remember in Brno, when we enter in the forest, you exit, you see millions of people, is amazing. In Schleiz, in this time was East Germany, also the race was amazing, and I lead the race, was a lot of passion. And after I finished third because I have a small problem. I think your champion Pavel Dekanek won, but we was in three riders fighting all the race. And I have really good memories. Was nice to race there, and honestly, the start money and the prize money that I take helped me to survive and to arrive to the end of the season. So I am grateful to this race and to the organization, because they did these things for passion, but they make an extraordinary job.
Also in Piestan, you participated in the Prix of Slovakia maybe 10 times. In Czechoslovakia, it was famous race because it was the second best race in Czechoslovakia. What do you think about this? It was not pure circuit, but not a road race.
Well, was the airport. This is a mixed between road race like Holíč, that is very beautiful, very technical, but of course in some points, especially the corners that you enter in the town, after start you go down very fast, and there is a tight corner that you cannot crash there, you cannot hit the house. But Holíč is wonderful. Also, Carvina gives you a lot of emotion riding there. Piestany was an airport, was a mixed, but I like a lot. The track was good. I like a lot the town. I have a lot of friends, and I remember during this time, during 85, 86, 87, 90, 92, in these 10 years where I was always doing this race, was my base in Czech Republic. I have a friend, Pavel, that I can stay in his house, and we repair the bike because sometimes I crashed before, and sometimes was before Brno World Championship was good also opportunity to test the bike, because I remember one time I race in was 89 in Brno Grand Prix with the old 500, and we finished the bike just some days before Piestany, and Piestany was like our test for see that everything is okay and go in Brno after for the GP. So I have a nice memory, and I remember this is a part of my life that I will remember forever because was nice.
Over the years, you have made many friends here, and many of those friendships have lasted to these days.
Yes. Yes, I have a lot of friends, and it's also good to remember. It's also good to come back, for example, this race, because I see some old riders that I fight again. Some, maybe they was children that was coming looking me. Now they are not old, but they are big with the children, sometimes the children of the children. And it's good to remember this time, because in this time I felt a great passion here. Your country, there is a great traditional for motorcycle, because in Czech Republic there are some legendary bikes like Java, CZ, and also in Slovakia, also in East Germany was some legendary bike, and many riders have a lot of passion, and the race was good, and I think all riders, I met Donato Battistoni here, that he raced in Piestany. He's very happy to come back here after many years, because he comes with a friend that was a doctor. They have two Ducati, and they race there, and we enjoy. Because a good thing was that in this kind of race, every racer is a champion. If you go in World Championship or European Championship, just the riders that win are celebrities. The other rider, yes, there is passion. But in this kind of race, I remember one time in Brno, maybe it was 83 or 84, I broke the engine of my TZ Yamaha. After start, there is a small village, and after the village, there is a long straight that you go up and down, up and down. My bike broke. I stopped there. I had 1 million of people behind. They give me ice cream, they give me water, they touch me. So it looks like if I am Marc Marquez, and I was just Dario Marchetti. And this makes good to your heart, because when you see somebody that appreciate a lot what you are doing, you understand that you are lucky, and you have to give something to these people that have such passion. And in your country, I remember in this time, maybe Brno was 250 people looking, and also, as you told, Piestany 100,000, Carvina, Holíč was full. So it was great, because you are part of the show and you can do something for these people. And honestly, it's really beautiful to remember this. I race a lot in Asia. I race a lot in US. I won Daytona. I race everywhere in Europe, everywhere in the world. And I have, of course, a lot of good memory. Daytona and the American race I win in Homestead, the Superbike, gives me good memories. But honestly, in all my career, these moments was always a great success. Even if I don't win, if I retired, even if I do bad race, I was happy. And also the people that was with me, the mechanics that come with me, because it was another world, and where passion was priority, and it was very, very, very beautiful. Honestly, I believe that I am very lucky that I am one that can live in his life this experience that I will remember forever.
Among the later ones was the victory in Holíč in 1992 in the 500cc class on the VRP Honda RS 500. These chassis of the Italian manufacturer VRP were produced in only few pieces.
Yes, because in this time I was riding in 89 250, but I have an old Honda that was not competitive. And a friend of mine was a collector of bike. Buy from Team Italia a Honda 500 ex Massimo Messere, I think was 85 model. And he gives to me the bike. He have a lot of spare parts. You can race till the end of the year, but you have to put all the bike together because it was in some parts. So the bike was a million of pieces, and my mechanic prepared this bike, and we do Piestany for first time in 89, and after we do Brno, and we do the Italian Championship race, because in this time Italian Championship was just one race in the end of the season. Because in this championship, all the riders that race in World Championship, in European Championship, are automatically in. And the other rider was a selection of the better rider of the national race. And they do Italian Championship, just one race with television. And I was there. This bike was a little bit too old. We have in this time, 500 have 70-inch wheels front and rear. My bike have 16 in front and 18 on rear. And the first Honda 500 was also, the chassis was a little bit defect. Many riders lose the front. And after in 86 or 87, Honda change, make a Delta Boss chassis, and the bike remain like this. So I remember when I go in Brno, I send one mechanic for change the tire, but he come back, tell, no, they have just 70. And I go to speak with Michelin people that this bike, we have some years ago, so we have at home tire, but we don't have here. And we make all session with the less used tire. And I wish that the race was raining because I have a set of new rain tire, but in the end the sun come back again and have to start with very used tire. And this time was World Championship 500, but you race like this, not very professional. And in Italian Superbike race, in practice, I make a very good lap time, and was the owner of WRP that took the bike because he built a 125 that they were racing in 125. But he have idea to make 500. WRP is a guy that works for HRC. He makes the gas tank for the cross. He makes the swimming arm for in this time for the cross. He's an artisanal producer of Italy, but he make very good things. And he saw that I make good lap with this bike that is very old. If you want, I will make a chassis for you. So we make the deal, and he make two bikes. One became for me, was my start money for race with them, and he also have some sponsors, so he covers some expenses. And we do some race. We come also in Carvina. I make the pole position, and was in this time the record, the lap time record, but was not official because was in practice. The record is in race, but we make in race. We have some problem. We finish third. I broke lamella. I don't know something, but was good. And we make podium in Slice. We won in Holíč. We make podium in Italian. Finish third in Italian Championship. So was quite good results. And after he make a 4-cylinder with the engine homemade by himself, but I don't race again with him. I race with Andy Leute, a German rider, and he do some GP with this engine, but the bike was, well, I think was more competitive the 3-cylinder, because make engine and develop was not easy, but was a nice memory. And at least we make a lifting on the Honda 3-cylinder that was very old, because in this time for private rider was just old Suzuki and old Honda. And in 92, Yamaha make a deal with two builder, Rock and Harris, and they make a copy, a replica of 91 Wayne Rainey bike. Yamaha gives the engine. And after I race also with the Harris Yamaha in 500, I make my last GP was Yarama in 94 with Harris Yamaha. That was a really competitive bike with a bike like this. But in this time with VRP, I was happy that at least, even if it was a small company, I was factory rider, so it was good.
After an impressive career in the two-stroke classes, you continued in superbikes.
Yes, I make some race with the Kawasaki. I won international race in Portoroz. I make in 92 the pole position in Brno. In 92 was no the Czech Grand Prix. And I think No, Portoros was a street airport, was an important race. Also very rich because the casino of Portoros put a lot of money if you win and if you do the record of the track. And I do both. I win and I make the record, so I do big sack, very big, looking. The amount was not, I think, was 2 times 5,000 mark, but was okay. And in '92 in Brno was no World Championship. They don't have the deal. And I think Mr. Peter Ballas organized an international race, and I make the pole position in the Superbike after I have a problem with this private Kawasaki. But these things open the door to Italian factory Kawasaki, the team Bertocchi. And for 3 years, I do with Italian Kawasaki the Italian Superbike Championship and the 2-round Misano and Monza of World Superbike. After they lost the sponsor, so it was not possible anymore to continue. But after I entered in Ducati, before with some private Ducati, the team De Cecco and the team NCR of Stefano Caracchi gives me the opportunity to make the Italian Superbike Championship with the bikes that they use. Nando De Cecco with Gregorio Lavilla, the World Championship, and Stefano Caracchi with Lance Isaac, a South African rider, the World Championship. So I make for some years the Italian Superbike Championship, and after I was lucky that I entered in Ducati. We won the Italian Endurance Championship with the press bike for proof that the 2001 Testa Stretta engine is fast, but you can make also a lot of mileage. I won this series riding with some Italian journalists, and then I asked to Ducati to try to make some racing World Championship, because we saw that the bike was very easy to ride and I was very consistent from the beginning to the end. So with a friend of mine, Marc Garcia, that was already my partner, because during the previous year I raced with Honda Morivaki, with Nacional Moto, with Yamaha, some 24-hour Bol d'Or Le Mans. And with Marc Garcia we make with a totally stock bike, just the chassis with the quick wheels change and the bigger gasketing. We race in Superbike, and we were able to make some podium in Brno, in Vallelunga, in Red Bull Ring, and these are still the last podium of Ducati in World Endurance, and this helps me to put my career longer. And after I race also in US for many years, always with Ducati, and so in this year I will be connected more and more with Ducati, and this is a very good thing.
Dario, have you suffered any serious injuries in your professional career?
Yes, every rider, a motorcycle, when you crash is possible. I think I'm lucky because I'm still here and I'm still able to ride. I had 2 or 3 very serious accidents, probably the most serious, the 20 June of 2010 in Rijeka during one Superbike race. For don't hit a rider, 2 riders crash in front of me in the end of the straight, and I prefer to go out very high speed, because if I don't go out, I hit in the head one rider because I pass very close, but at least I save the life of this rider. But for me, when I exit, my back stopped at very high speed, so I broke the pelvis. I have 9 broken bones. I broke 2 vertebrae, I broke 1 nerve, and was quite serious accident. In the beginning, the first night was also a risk of life, but after I was lucky, Dr. Costa and his team assist me very well, and I'm lucky that even if I'm a little bit damaged, I'm still okay.
When did you start giving or sharing your rich experience from the tracks to ordinary riders? And what led you to do it?
Well, I usually, with the people that help me, I organize a day on track where I give some suggestion, because most of my sponsor in this time was the early 90s. Go on track, have passion, ride the bike. And I saw that my suggestion helps to improve a lot. And after a serious accident of one of my sponsors, I think that was important that I transmit my experience to the normal biker, because we are lucky, because we learn a lot of things during the race, and it's very interesting also for safety, but also for improve, because the bike never crashes alone. There is also a mistake from the rider. So I make a school with a friends, Andrea Pullez, that have a car school, so all the logistics by himself, And I created a school in the beginning with Kawasaki, because I was riding with Kawasaki. And after, when I moved to Ducati, with Ducati, but always was a private school. Kawasaki gives me bike for me, for my instructor. Ducati gives me the bike for me and my instructor. This I start in 94, 95 to make this school. But in the end of 90, maybe 99, my school became the Ducati school. And in 2003 became the DRE. Before was just a school. DRE was a complete offer, so the basic level, the intermediate level, and the track level. So DRE is Ducati Riding Experience, is the official Ducati Riding Academy, and I think this year more than 35,000 bikers improve the riding experience, the riding skill with the tips of our rider. We have, well, Ducati invest a lot, have a lot of champions, Troy Bayliss, Carlos Ceca, Marco Melandri, Manuel Pozzali are riders that was with us. We have Michele Pirro, Chas Davis, Karel Abrams, that you know is a Czech champion. We have all the riders that race in Moto E, Matteo Ferrari, Mattia Casadei, Alex Zaccone, Andrea Mantovani. We have Lorenzo Zanetti, that was Italian super. Michele Pirro is the test rider. We have more than 30 riders, and we go all around the world, more or less in the track of Italy, Modena for the beginner, Misano and Mugello for the advanced, but we do also Shanghai, we do also Mandalika, we do everywhere, Buriram, a lot in China, Zhuhai, Ningbo. So we are present everywhere, and Ducati provide to give the bike, the helmet, the riding suits, and honestly it's good, because you know, if I make a race, my target is try to win or make a good race. If I make two-seater, because I make for Ducati also the two-seater, my target is to give to the guests that are with me, transmit the feeling of a rider. I want that my guest felt what a rider feel when I ride the bike on track. Yes. And if I coach somebody or my instructor make a riding experience, our target is to see our clients improve the performance, ride more safe, and many people thanks us because they escape some accident after our tips. So this is, honestly, I do these things because I have a contract, I'm well paid, but I do specially because it's a satisfaction, look the smile. When you help somebody to improve his performance, to cross his limit, and especially with safety, because safety is mandatory, because what they learn on track helps also to ride more safe on track, because we coach also them to better understand the electronics of our bike, because every year the Ducati, but all the bike, yes, has a big improvement of the electronics that come from the race. And if you buy the bike, the dealer can explain what you have, but you cannot try the cornering ABS. So how act the cornering ABS? If you accelerate braking when you are lean, you don't lose the front, but the system protects you. And we make them test this system, so they are used to do the proper things in case of panic braking or other things. We are always sold out, and Ducati is very proud of this job, and I'm very happy to do these things for Ducati.
In addition to sharing your experience at Ducati events around the world, you also work closely with the Ducati factory in developing and testing new models.
Well, not too much. I do in the past. What I do with Ducati company, I made the media launch on track, where I met also some Slovak and Czech journalists. So, for example, we launched the new Panigale, I make the shakedown of the bike, I select the track, and I ride with the journalist. I make the briefing for riding, and the engineer, the test rider of Ducati, explains the bike. But honestly, I'm not really involved, also because I make many things on the development. We have a very good test riders that they works a lot. In the past, Ducati asked me the first traction control, the first wheeling control, to have an opinion, but I'm not very involved, also because I don't want, because I do many things, and I'm more involved in the media launch of the new model. Sometimes I make some tests, but it's not my priority activity.
Dario, you participate in many partner events where you meet many MotoGP and the World Superbike riders. You have many friends among them, some of whom even work as instructors at DRE, as you told us. You also work as a consultant and co-commentator for Eurosport France TV at World Superbike races. You are a very busy man.
Yes, I'm very busy, but I am very lucky because I do what I like. So when you are busy, because you know, most of the people in the world have to do a work for survive, and most of the people have to do a work that they don't like a lot. When you do a work that is your passion, is look like you never work. So I'm very busy because I want to be busy, and also the television I cannot do a race, but I like to do because I look the race like I can look with you, with a friend, and I tell what it's happening. So it's not a work, it's a pleasure. Of course, I'm very busy, so I cannot do all the race for. I have also to cancel because they asked me for manicure, but I will be busy with Ducati Switzerland because I'm also Ducati ambassador and I go in all the country. When there is a track day, I race with the clients of Ducati. So I will be. I was in UK, in Germany. I was with Ducati Poland in Brno because they make a very good event in Poland with Ducati Romania. I will be with Ducati Canaria in Las Palomas in Las Palmas. And in these days, I will be with Ducati Switzerland, and it's complicated to finish and immediately take a flight. So I prefer cancel. But I like to make the comment, and I like also to be in all country because it's different people, different culture, but one passion, Ducati. So we spoke the same language, and it's great for me also to share, for example, Ducati for you from Germany or DTA from Ducati France in Port Ricard, because more or less I ride always the same bike because Ducati ship the same bike, and well, it's not always the same, but it's one of our fleet, and I enjoy a lot. Of course, year pass and will be a day that I will feel tired and I will slow down a little bit. But I was speaking before with Giacomo Agostini here, that is more or less like 20 years more than me, 19 years, and he's still active. He told me that he was in Greece, Sardinia, here, from here tomorrow we go Red Bull Ring, then Bergamo, then Sardinia again. So me, I am like Giacomo. For this moment I take 48, 49 flight, and till the end of the year I will have a lot again to do. Yes. But I like, and I think that I am really lucky because I like what I'm doing, and I don't feel tired for this reason. I'm tired if I cannot do these things. So for this reason, I try to do more.
We are in Holíč. How do you like the Holíč Castle Circuit race, which is organized by Peter's Balázs team in cooperation with the city of Holíč and its mayor Zdenko Chambal?
Yes, Peter is a friend of mine since many years when we race together, and he invited me 2 years ago. So this is the third time that I'm here in Holíč, and I like that. I don't know before this town, and I like this town also with Mr. Zdenko, the major. I have a very good feeling. He's a crazy guy with a lot of passion for motorsport, and I like people that have this kind of passion, and I think the team between Peter and Zdenko works very well. And this is a wonderful event. It's a small triangle, small road race where we make a parade. I bring Marco Melandri with me last year. He enjoyed a lot. And it's a small track, but give a lot of fun. And I enjoy to be here. And remind also me when I come to make the race here in your country in the 80s or in the 90s, because I meet many friends of this time, and the atmosphere is very similar. Holíč is also a very nice town. I'm lucky that they make me visit the castle the first year, and when I come here, I'm very happy, and I want congrats with Mr. Peter Balázs and Mr. Zdenko, the major of Holíč, that they make really good things. And I think that in some parts of the world, Holíč is well known thanks to this event. It's like Imola. If you don't have the track, is a small town. Nobody knows Imola. Monza, everybody knows Monza for the track. And Holíč is the same thing because many Italian is here. Some people also from other country, from Austria, from England, comes here. It's an international event. There is classic bike race. There is some race with modern car. There is Ducati Cup. And I want thanks also Milan of Ducati Slovakia that always support me. He always give me a bike, always wonderful bike, so I enjoy. And is also an opportunity for show to the public of Holíč what a Ducati can do, how many fun you can have riding a Ducati, also with the other bike, but with Ducati we have something more you can see also during the race and also with the production bike. And for this reason, I am very happy to be here.
Dario, thank you for the interview and for your time. We appreciate it and wish you many more years in the saddle of the bike.
Thank you, was a pleasure. Ciao a tutti.